Israel has strongly denied evidence suggesting it offered to sell atomic warheads to the apartheid regime in South Africa in the mid-1970s. The documents uncovered by an American academic are thought to be the first official proof that the country has nuclear weapons. RT's Paula Sleer has more.
It's long been widely believed, but never confirmed, that Israel is a nuclear power. But declassified secret papers released by South Africa purport to show that Tel Aviv offered to sell nuclear weapons to the apartheid regime in Pretoria in 1975. American academic Sasha Polakov-Suransky discovered the documents while researching a book. He says the alleged link goes right to the top of modern Israel, with current President Shimon Peres said to have been involved in the talks, which Tel Aviv furiously denies ever took place.
What the documents show is that discussions took place, that the possibility of selling Jericho missiles with nuclear warheads was discussed. The South Africans took it very, very seriously, seriously enough for their chief of staff to send it up to his superiors and talk about the benefits of nuclear weapons for South Africa.
Britain's Guardian newspaper has published some of Suransky's research. Included are minutes of top-secret meetings in 1975, when South Africa allegedly asked Israel for warheads. They were offered 3 different sizes. Israel has never denied nor confirmed it has nuclear weapons. Dr. Alon Liel, who was Israel's ambassador to Pretoria in the early 90s, says no one in the foreign ministry had access to that kind of information. But Israel did admit selling conventional armaments to the apartheid regime, despite an international ban.
There were relations with white South Africa that were on all levels. Even after the military sanctions, Israel went on with military connections based on the excuse that the contracts were signed before the embargo. I don't think anyone in Israel is denying it anymore.
But it's a different story when it comes to nuclear sales.
The official Israeli response is one of denial. The office of the Israeli President Shimon Peres said that there was no foundation for the claims. In a statement, it said that it regretted the fact that the paper used documents issued by the South African government rather than documents that presented the facts.
Pik Botha was foreign minister in the apartheid regime, which managed to build at least 6 nuclear bombs, dismantling them before black majority rule in 1994. He insists he would have known of any nuclear deals with Israel, but doubts they happened.
I can only say to you, at executive government level, Israel never made any proposal, any move in that direction. Number one, because it would have been devastating to the Israeli position internationally, and they were not such fools.
Professor Gideon Shimoni has been writing about the subject for years. While he commends Suransky's endeavour in unearthing new information, he says it does not conclusively prove that Israel has nuclear weapons.
Now, it could well be that even what Peres said in that particular documentation wasn't entirely true. Maybe Peres was pretending that Israel has nuclear weapons. I would agree with Suransky that the inference is that Israel already at that point had the capacity for nuclear weaponry of one sort or another. It's not definitive by any means.
But what is definitive, says David Kaplan, who edits a magazine for South Africans living in Israel, is the timing of Suransky's revelations. Why now, he asks.
Other countries that provided military equipment to South Africa, Daimler, for example, provided the jeeps and stuff that went into the townships for South African soldiers, and so on and so forth. So the culpability of the European countries in America far exceeded South Africa. But, of course, the whole issue now is with Iran. Now, and my take over here is they're now trying to divert attention to what is happening with Iran. And here, again, Russia, China, etc., have really, to some extent, I think, have not been very constructive over here in trying to prevent Iran from going nuclear.
The latest revelations are unlikely to change Israel's tune, or rather silence, when it comes to the question of its nuclear capabilities. But they'll raise more questions while Tel Aviv seeks to stoke up world attention over Iran. Amid allegations, today's Israeli president was once prepared to sell nuclear arms to one of the most discredited regimes of the 20th century. Paul Isleya, RT.